morning, Earthlings. This is your hot mess, keeping it real for you from wherever you are. On our latest news, we have the following 6 years on Earth will determine the path forward for the human race.
Oh, wait. What?
I know it sounds kind of dramatic, but someone has to say it, and I just did because it's true.
The IPCC does not declare the end of the world will occur by a certain date, okay? So chill. But it does show all the possibilities while keeping the current plan established worldwide since 2015. And let's not forget the amount of effort to make this specific report happen. That is around the effort of 234 scientific experts from 64 different countries. If there is a consensus among so many people from different countries and different backgrounds, I wouldn't attribute it to a collective stupidity. That's the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change and the UN member state entities like the World Meteorological Organization and the United Nations Environment Program. What I like about the IPCC report is that they show a range of different possibilities with these assumptions. They are also very good at stating which aspects of their forecast come with high confidence or low confidence. And to be honest, while reading this report, it became kind of annoying to read these little phrases over and over again after page 50. But anyway, I get why they do that now. Many scenarios being put forth are extrapolations from past and current data. And on top of that, we still don't know how all these climate tipping elements will interact with each other. So you might be asking yourself, well, are we fucked or are we going to be okay? And the truth is, well, probably both. Since 2015, the IPCC report has collaborated on 17 sustainable development goals to reduce climate change. Its latest report, launched around October 2023, announced that 2030 has become the new goal for concentrating efforts worldwide and achieving net zero greenhouse gas emissions. Yep, 2030, in less than 6 years. And I know it sounds apocalyptic, but my goal here is not to scare you. Oh, hi! Welcome to Hot Mess. My name is Bella Badel. I represent the hot. But what I came here to talk about is the mess. And by mess, I mean, have you seen the conditions of our planet? Anyone who knows me knows I'm an aspiring writer, director, and sometimes model. And by model, I mean,
Come on, everyone has bills to pay. More than they can handle right now.
for those who don't, I'm just a girl who loves her dog, other animals, and our environment so much that I have stopped in my tracks after discovering what I have. I don't know about you, but I don't want to move to Mars. I want to stay on Earth and have an amazing planet for my kids, if I ever have any. Well, anyway, while researching for my latest movie, that is a sci-fi trilogy focused on climate change and a foreseen future by 2060 in our planet Earth, I discovered many interesting but scary facts. So I decided to create Hot Mess.
Nice.
A channel where we are all going to learn together how to be useful for our planet Earth without depending on governments and enterprises.
Serious?
Yes, it is possible. I am not a saint. I have been doing a lot of wrong things for a long time, but now that I know better, I want to share with you, Earthlings, what I have learned to make a positive change and get a better shot for our future and our planet. Welcome to Hot Mess, where I will do my best to keep it real for you and myself by making my social media a burst of useful information. Back to business. So, as we know, adaptation efforts are booming worldwide, right? Like their governments, businesses, communities, and society in general are all showing more interest in taking significant steps to adapt to change. Tools to help make decisions and services related to climate are becoming more common, and small scale projects and tests are happening in different areas. However, the national determined contributions, that is the NDCs, that are the basis for countries to achieve the objectives of the Paris Agreement. They contain information on targets, policies, and measures for reducing national emissions and adapting to climate change impacts. Well, they announced by October 2021 that global greenhouse gas emissions in 2030 are expected to push warming beyond 1.5 Celsius. And I know this doesn't sound as devastating hot for your summer tent, but I swear I will explain in later videos why this is so alarming worldwide. So, despite some progress, there are persistent gaps in adaptation efforts, often focusing on short term risks rather than transformative changes. Certain sectors are hitting limits to adaptation, creating growing maladaptation, and this is significantly harming vulnerable groups. In the midst of all the crazy shifting plates and wild weather swings, there's this cool oasis that is like a little slice of sun in the chaos. It's called the Thousand Palm Oasis, and let me tell you, it's like nature's hug right in the middle of the Indio Hills, not far from Sun City. This place isn't just your average chill spot, it's got history. It owes its existence to the San Andreas Fault. Yep, that same fault line that makes earthquakes happen. Well, turns out it's also pretty good at bringing water to the surface, and it's been doing that for over 1,000 years. But here's the thing, while we're all oohing and awing over this oasis, there's some serious stuff going down. Climate change is messing with everything, from extreme weather to business deadlines, and earthquakes aren't exactly helping matters either, especially for places with shaky infrastructure. And don't even get me started on insurance companies. They're getting twitchy about the risks. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. Amid all this chaos, there's a chance for us to step up and make a difference. Let's take a page from the Thousand Palm Oasis playbook and learn to roll with the punches. We've got the power to turn things around, to build a future where sustainability isn't just a buzzword, but a way of life. By working together, getting creative, and looking out for each other and our planet, we can make sure that we're not just surviving, but thriving. So here's to embracing change, to nurturing the bonds that tie us to each other, and to this amazing world we call home. It's time to show Mother Nature that we've got her back. 2030 is our deadline. Past this year, it will be significantly harder to keep global warming under control, practically irreversible. There is a big difference between how much greenhouse gas emissions can be released and how much should be released. This is a wake-up call for urgent action. Significant, fast, and ongoing cuts in global GHG emissions have to happen
this decade.
It's time to return to school and get this hot mess cleared out to get our bright future back. We can start now while we still have time to make a difference. As the Thousand Palm Oasis show us, nature is unpredictable and resilient, and it is an example to follow for all of us. We have had the opportunity to share this planet with other living creatures and have the blessing of having a stable planet with the necessary conditions for human lives to thrive. Even though there are chances to eventually move to Mars and become this interplanetary species in the future, I need you to understand this, and please listen. We have not yet found a planet where we have the climate conditions of planet Earth to survive. We depend on this planet. This planet does not depend on us. I invite you to reflect on this, chew this information, and join me to become a better example for future generations. We no longer count on hundreds of years to improve. We have 6 years. Even if all the governments and the private sector join forces and decide to attack this problem, which they are already doing, we as a society are also responsible for taking action. The health of our world does not depend on them. It depends on us. You see, governments and big companies might have a lot to say about things wrong, but we've got something they don't, and that's the power of choice. We can choose what we buy, where we shop, and how we live. And that is huge. Let's become savvy shoppers. That means thinking about the impact of our choices before we make them. Do we really need that plastic bottle? Or can we bring our own reusable one instead? Do we know where our clothes come from and how they're made? So here's my challenge to you. For the next week, try sorting your trash. Put the stuff you can recycle in one bin and the rest in another one, and see how that feels. And guess what? Like every little thing you do, like recycling one plastic bottle, makes a big difference. It's one less plastic bottle that will live in our planet for 300 years. It's time to take our power back and show the world that we care about our planet. So let's do this. Holy shit, friends, did you see that? At the verge of a heart attack. And yet here I am, all in one piece. Thank you so much, oh fantastic denizens of the multiverse, for listening to Hot Mess. Stay tuned for more. Hit subscribe to see you soon with more hot mess news from Earth. And tell me what you think in the comments.